Hey, Rocky Mountain Region, this is Stan Scrabbit. I am your Chief of Staff. We're doing something pretty cool today, I think. We are going to have a conversation with Colonel Bost, the Rocky Mountain Region Commander. He thought this was going to be an interesting format to talk about some of the things that are on his mind. And I guess without further ado, here is Colonel Bost. Welcome, Colonel Bost.
Thank you, Stan. Hey, good day, Rocky Mountain Region. We're gonna see if we can put a few of these videos out periodically, and I hope we can send a message to everybody a little bit different than we have with just the emails. But I think I want to start this message out by talking about safety. You know, summer months are approaching as we transition from the winter months to the summer months. The 101 critical days are important, and I just wanted to pass on a few reminders as we enjoy our summer. Safe driving. I think that that using seat belts are important. I also think that we need to get plenty of rest before we start out on any of our trips. I think that the drinking and driving is critical. We need to not mess with that stuff. Grilling. We all like to barbecue in the summertime. Make sure as we drag the grill out that we've cleaned it off. We are making sure that our children and pets aren't around the hot grills. Pool safety is really important. Make sure that we have our life jackets on. Make sure that our children are not unattended. And sun safety. As the sun pops out here in our 5 states, it's certainly different from the winter months. We need to make sure that we're looking at SPF 15 or better, and we need to hydrate. I think that as we look ahead and as we think about it, a little bit of preventative maintenance is going to certainly prevent any injuries or anything that's going to prevent us from coming back and executing our missions.
Very cool. Thanks, Colonel Bost. 101 days of safety. This is definitely key in the Air Force. They realize that the period between Memorial Day and Labor Day, more people are injured unnecessarily because they relax and are not thinking about safety. So let's just think about it and get back here. So Colonel Bost, you know, in preparation for this, you talked about 3 messages that you wanted to get out. You want to talk about membership. You wanted to talk about finances for units in the wing. And one of the areas I think is absolutely critical is talking about a lasting legacy. So starting out with membership, what's on your mind dealing with membership?
Well, thanks, Stan. Right now, the Rocky Mountain region is at about 3,200 members. And I think there's been a steady decline since October of last year. And I think that it's really important that we get the message out to our communities and recruit people back into the programs. Our cadet corps has been down about 100 cadets since October. And I would really like to see our cadets, each one of our cadets, go out and recruit members, which would also earn them the recruiting ribbon. But think about it. If we recruited 2 cadets per cadet that we already have in place, that would triple the number of cadets that we have in the Rocky Mountain region. And I really think that we can do that. I really think that if we get it at the grassroots level and get out and start recruiting, I think that we'll have a very, very, very strong organization.
Absolutely great. So you heard it, cadets. Go out and get your recruiter ribbon. You know that I will be looking at the conferences I go looking at. But also, more members just makes it more fun. So let's go get some members. Colonel Bost, you talked about finance. What's on your mind related to finance?
Well, finances are tough. We know that the economy's down a little bit. We know that we're cutting back with our military a little bit. The funding is not where it was 10 years ago. So I think what we need to do is figure out a way to get into the communities and let them know what our capabilities are and see if we can get a little bit better support from the Guard, from our state legislators. So, and I think that ties into the recruiting piece too, because if we're out recruiting and our community see that our membership is growing, hey, we have something I think that that people should want. I think that we have a great program. I think we need to send the message a little bit better. But funding is critical. We need to get out and sell cookie dough in the cadet program so we can put money in the coffers so it would give us a lot better opportunity to go out and start doing activities and start getting that fun back in. But I think a lot of times finances kind of stifles what we want to do. But I think it's up to you all to go out and try to figure out how to get the money. And it's not difficult. It's not. There's a lot of ideas. Commanders come up with some ideas. We have fundraising. We have folks that we can talk to. So that I think we really need to look at and get out there and get the message out.
Great. Yeah, so go ahead and start start talking to your local communities and your state. Talk to your adjutant general. See where they can provide some support. The program is basically loved right now. President Obama has gone ahead and signed the Congressional Gold Medal Award for Civil Air Patrol to recognize our legacy. And speaking of legacy, right, that is the fact that these folks started Civil Air Patrol all these days ago, back in 1941. They left a lasting legacy. And Colonel Bost has some more thoughts on that.
Thanks again, Stan. I think leaving a legacy is important for each one of our members, and I would really charge each one of our members to leave something behind as we go on in life. I think leaving that footprint, we can begin an activity or an idea that's going to be lasting for a very, very long time. And as we think about legacy, what do we want to leave behind? I think the juices are going to flow about what we're thinking about improving the program as well. So I really think a legacy is important. And I would like each one of our members to ask yourselves, what legacy do we want to leave behind?
Absolutely great. So that's kind of the end of our message, pretty much. Colonel Bost, emphasized the 101 critical days of safety. We want our members back, and we want them to be back and healthy so they can perform and execute the mission. But also, our members are our friends, so we want them back. Going out and recruiting. Cadets, get that recruiter ribbon. I will be looking. Finances. Talk to your local communities, talk to your state, talk to your adjutant general, see where we can find opportunities to find new missions, but also financially support some of the missions and new activities that we're trying. And leave a legacy. Go out and continuously try to improve this program and leave something that others will remember you by. And with that, I'll turn it back over to Colonel Bost for some parting words.
Thank you again. And I would like to ask the members what they think about this tool, this video tool, to send a message out to the members. And I would also like to encourage all of the members to contact Colonel Stan Scrabbett, our Rocky Mountain Region Chief of Staff, if there's any ideas that you may have, or if there's a message, an additional message that you would like to see pushed out to the troops. I really, really, really strongly feel that your dedication and passion to this program, your passion, has fueled my enthusiasm. So I thank you for doing everything that you do for Civil Air Patrol, for your communities, for the youth. It's just, I just can't stress enough how much I thank you. And as I always say, thank you, thank you, thank you.